There's always the messy start and then the commercially viable outcome. And I don't think you can sit down to create a commercially viable outcome. So here's what I mean by this. If you're purpose-driven, heart-led, you don't always want to think about how can I make money from this? How can I make it so people buy this? I think sometimes that feels a bit soul-destroying and a bit like a sellout. It's difficult. And then again, I know probably some people are saying, yeah, Lisa, I do think, how can I make money? How can I sell this? But there is a difference between the stuff that you put out there to make your living in the world and to sell and to be commercial. There is something different that underlies all of this, and it's your art. This could be the videos that you make, it could be the blogs that you write, your podcast that isn't really commercial, it could be the books that you're working on. I think for everybody there is something purpose-driven, heart-led, some form of expression or thing they just want to create. They don't want to think about how can I make this commercially viable. But the reality of the world we live in is, in order for it to be seen by people and appreciated by people, which good art and good books are read, they're seen, they're discussed, they're enjoyed, we've got to think about how we get attention for those things. And I can hear how funny it sounds, but what I want to highlight for you here is we live in a commercial world, right? And you can't just say, oh, I want to write a memoir about my life. No one's going to buy that. And I'm sorry to say it, they're just not, are they? Because what they're going to want to know is, well, who are you and what is it about your life that's different, and what am I going to get from reading the book, and why are you the best person to tell this story? So when you're thinking about something like building a course or whatever it is you're creating, I just keep thinking of this example of writing the book. You've got to give yourself room for both parts. In the first instance, you've got to enjoy the creativity, the mess, the chaos, and sit down and say, no one's going to read this first draft, no one's going to see this chapter that I have to write in order to get to the next chapter, no one's going to see these drawings, these scribbles, these ideas, these confessions. They're going to see the finished, polished product. This bit's for me. And so I'm having a lot of fun writing this book, where I think there's bits I'm writing I don't want to share, I don't want to talk about, they're for me. There's also things I'm writing that are about other people or involve other people that I'm not going to share and I'm not going to tell, but I still want to go through the process of writing that and expressing it. There's bits I'm putting out there that I think this isn't interesting to other people, but it's interesting to me, so I'm going to write it anyway. And there's so much I've chopped where I think I like that, but I know that that isn't useful to other people or interesting, it doesn't add to the book or add to the project. But that is a line, that is a journey where you've got to sit down and start in the messy chaos. And I say messy chaos, but I also mean creative nothingness, where you're just doing it because you're enjoying it. You're just spilling it out because it's processing, it's got to come out so that you can get to the next bit. And I think as the journey evolves, you've then got to shift your mindset to, okay, I think I've got something special here. How do I position this or package it up or share it in a way that other people get and understand? I want you to keep this in mind, that on your journey, yes, there's going to be a point where there has to be a commercial outcome. It's got to be viable, it's got to be useful to people. There's got to be a concept or a hook or a sell in there where the right person goes, ah, what's that? That's what I've been looking for, perfect. But in the beginning, you do not need that. You need to have an idea in your mind, an intention, and you've got to give yourself room to be creative, to be messy, to go on the journey and make things that will never see the light of day, because it's all part of the journey. And bottom line is, you're a person, you're an artist, you're a creative, you're an entrepreneur. There's things that you want to do and you want to produce. Let yourself and see where it takes you. So my second book I'm writing, Am I Healing? Here's the book cover again if you're watching on the video. I'm so excited about this. Watch the title change and the whole cover change. We'll see what happens. But this is the concept that I'm working to currently, so if you like the sound of that and you want to see behind the scenes, click the link, sign up to the waiting list, and also if you're in the membership, I've actually uploaded the entire book proposal to the membership as a thank you and as a gift to see if it's useful to anybody reading it, and maybe a little bit behind the scenes. So if you want that, get your butt in the membership and we'll just continue writing this book together. Alright, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let me know in the comments below and I will see you very soon. Over and out.